C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T. It's the Cutthroat Radio Podcast. C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T. Cutthroat Radio Podcast. C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T. It's the Cutthroat Radio Podcast. C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T. Cutthroat Radio Podcast.
Every time I think about all the pain I caused, Lord forgive me and my niggas, I pray that he save us.
We live on Instagram right here. It's we getting ready to we set up already. I'm just actually getting ready to get going. Got my special guest here tonight, but before I get going with my special guest, I just want to send out appreciations for everybody tapping in, tuning in, that's been supporting the podcast. I appreciate all of that, man. And before I get into anything, you know I gotta play the jingle, so let me get my jingle set up here so we can get rolling here. Jingle. C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T. It's the Cutthroat Radio Podcast. C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T. Cutthroat Radio Podcast. C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T. It's the Cutthroat Radio Podcast. C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T. Cutthroat Radio Podcast. You already know what it is, you sons of bitches. Yeah, I know y'all want to get me with my team. Y'all been looking for me high and low. I know it. The 49ers lost. So what? We got to take the L. That's not what we're here for tonight, though. I'll get that another day. We here tonight. We got Kayda Bentayga in this building, and we finna rock and roll. Now, before we get into all of that, before we get with all of the juicy jewels he finna drop on us in his past and his present and his future, I just want to make sure I say good evening to everybody, sending prayers out to everybody. It's been rough. It's been a lot of deaths out there, so I just want to make sure I send my prayers out to everybody. You know, the Kansas City parade was just recently shot up. And that was just, you know, unfortunate for those that lost their life out there. So I just want to send prayers out there for that and everything like that. Thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. I appreciate everybody out there. The support is real. It's you know, the Facebook, the Instagram, Spotify, Amazon, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify for podcasters, everything, man. All the monetize Instagram, everybody. I just want to appreciation is real, for real. I appreciate everybody out there. That love and support, everything is real, man. It's real genuine. So I make sure I just send that out there to everybody. I got my guy in here tonight. Before I even get into his story and we get going, I just want to make sure I covered all of that and got the bases out. And after I got the bugs all out of me, you know what I'm saying, we can introduce my guy right here, Kayda Bentayga. What's happening?
My nigga.
What's happening?
What's happening with you,
How you been, man? How you been?
I've been blessed, man.
Right on. Appreciate you for tuning in here. Let me pull you up a little bit so you can get your little microphone going. Kind of pull into the mic for me one time.
For sure.
Yeah, so while we here, we gonna just get right into it, man. You go back like rocking chairs with me. We got a little history together and everything like that. But I just want to get my peoples and I want to get my audience involved. And so we gonna get into your past. Starting with your past. Where you originally from?
I'm from Lakeview, San Francisco. You know, born at Letterman Hospital.
Okay.
It was an Army base. My pops was in the Navy. I was born there. I went to my grandparents' house in Lakeview, where you know, I spent a lot of my childhood at. I still got my ID mail going to that house. You know, 94124 zip code. But I also spent a lot of time. I had a lot of family in Hunters Point.
Okay.
So I spent a lot of time back and forth from there. I went to schools, you know, with a lot of, like, you know, kids from, you know, Hunters Point kids and stuff like that. And also in Lakeview too. So pretty much, you know, just back and forth, you know, from Lakeview, but used to be in Hunters Point, Fillmore, all over the city really. My whole family from all over the city. So.
Okay. Any siblings?
So that shit is kind of complicated because it's like technically I'm the only child with my mom, right? But I got a step pops who had kids, you know what I'm saying? And we all, like, we lived in the same house. And then
but they technically not your bloodline?
Nah, but I got two blood brothers too though.
Okay.
By my daddy though too. That's another, you know. So, and it was like coming up for a minute. They them and their mama stayed across the street from me and my mama.
Look, do me a favor. Just hold that thought. I just gotta grab my. It gets a little hot in here when you got these lights on. So I just want to make sure we got a little circulation.
You good, brother?
Man, because it gets real hot in here with these lights on. I tell you, all these lights is bright. Well, anyway, so you got the two actual brothers and everybody else that was siblings in the house, but they wasn't actually.
But I mean, I just like technically, but I was raised in a village. You know what I'm saying? Like
raised in a village.
A lot of I lived at it for a time. My uncle had got murdered, and that's a big part of like probably what I probably talk about too. That really affected me at a young age. But when that happened, me and my mom, we left our apartment, in the city, and moved in with my auntie and stayed with her and her kids. So, and then they had my other cousin staying with them. So it was like I moved around a lot. You know what I mean? I stayed with a lot of different,
like family members and friends and stuff like that. Yeah. It's something like Vallejo. Well, you live the same way. When to share a little bit about my background real fast, my mom was murdered and I had to move around. I had to live with different family members, friends, whatever that would take us under the wing just to help raise me. So, I mean, I kind of lived the same way. I share the same thing. Schools. You talked about schools. What schools did you go to in Lakeview?
Yeah. So as a kid, I went to Fellowship. That was a school. All these schools is like private schools. You know what I'm saying? But they in San Francisco. Anybody from the city know, like those schools be schools like, let's say your mama. My mom was a single mama. You know what I'm saying? Till she got.
Where was your biological dad, real quick?
So he was. He was in the service, like I said, but he was fucking around. He was getting in trouble before. I think he went to the service or some shit like that because he was getting in trouble. He had caught a case. Back then you think you could go in the service or whatever instead of doing time or whatever. So I think it was I think he had recently just told me some shit like that. Like it was a situation with him like that, and then he came back and he was in the game. You know what I'm saying? He was hustling, but he was using it at the same time too.
Oh wow.
So with him it was like, I like my mama, she wasn't one of them mamas that down talk my daddy. You know what I'm saying? No matter what he did, you know what I mean? Like every time she let me go with him, you know what I mean? It was a crazy ass shit to jump.
How old was you at this point?
Shit, I just since a kid, like like even though they weren't together, they split up when I was like 7 months, something like that. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But she still let him be in my life.
Okay.
You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, my relationship over the years was kind of like crazy with him.
Why'd they break up? Why'd they? What happened? Do you know?
He started fucking around. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow.
He was fucking around. But he was pimping. He was hustling. But his addiction was getting the best of him. You know what I'm saying? And like that.
At schools, any type of sports, any type of activities to keep yourself occupied?
Yeah, like as a kid, I used to go to the Boys and Girls Club a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Same with
like
us.
when I stayed with my auntie over on Kiska and the Point, we used to have a boys club right there, Milton Meyer.
Okay.
We used to go over there, hoop. They used to do hella shit with us, take us to fairs and it's little shit like the projects were right up there, so they'd take all the project kids. You know what I'm saying? Go do stuff like that.
Did you play basketball?
I played basketball when I was younger. It was more so like everybody was playing. You know what I'm saying? And then when I got to high school, I just didn't really give a fuck about sports and nothing no more. I just wanted to fly. I just wanted to get money. I just wanted to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't give a fuck about no sports.
Around that time, junior high? When you was, instead of doing sports, you was like 12, 13, 11?
I was doing sports all the way to 8th grade.
But I'm saying, was you when you said you was putting down the sports and said forget sports? How old was
like shit? Yeah, like 12, 13.
12, 13.
As soon as a nigga got in high school, yep.
And
started getting cars and stolen cars and shit. And you know what I mean?
Well, shit, you already just jumping right into my other questions. This is easy. It's easy.
That's what that happened.
So you just right off the basically damn near right out of I want to say junior high or coming into junior high, going into high school, basically doing street activity, just into the streets.
Yeah.
And that's only because of the way you were raised. It was just because of the environment and where you was raised.
Yeah, it definitely was. You know what I'm saying? But like, as a grown man now, like, you know, like we all say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. The truth of the fact is, I'm gonna be 100% real. I had a good ass mom. Like to this day, my mom dope as fuck. My guardian angel. Anytime since a kid, when I was in juvenile, she was there coming to see me. You know what I mean? Like, only person that ain't never gave up on me. She worked her ass off. The second oldest of four girls raised on Harbor Road in Hunters Point. You know what I'm saying? Like, and made some of herself. Went to school.
You say you was in juvenile.
Registered nurse, yeah.
Not to cut you off, and that's a good thing. Your mom was in your life like that.
Yeah.
You say you was in juvenile. So what led you to go to juvenile?
Had caught a lick when I was younger.
Okay.
Caught a lick.
And they caught you in motion, committing this crime.
Yeah, but they wasn't. It was like the place had insurance, so they weren't pushing it like that.
Oh, okay.
Like that.
So it did.
But it was like the experience being in there. You know what I mean? It was just crazy because, you know, like that was my first time really being in trouble.
I was just gonna ask you.
And seeing, you know, like, you know, I was running to a lot of niggas that was, you know, group home babies. You know, they raised in the system. You know, a lot of motherfuckers, you know, they was going off to camps and YA and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And getting real numbers and shit. Like, you know, they was watching.
10, 15 years.
This is where I first was hearing the word wash. Like, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers like, oh, they about to wash you. They try to scare they
You 15, 16 years old.
Nah, I'm like, it was like 13.
Damn, you was real young.
13, 14. Yeah.
And already you just Lakeview. Any influences in Lakeview? Who's all over in Lakeview?
Definitely. Gotta give a shout out to Baldhead Rick right now. Prayers up to him.
Who's that?
He's UNLV. You know, legend. You know what I'm saying? You know, fucking Baldhead Rick, Cool Nut. You know, like the whole crew. You know what I'm saying? They put it down early. You know, in the city. You know what I mean? It was like the first pioneers of the city, really. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
Right now, currently, Baldhead, he fight cancer right now. So prayers up to him.
Absolutely.
You know, his entire family.
Absolutely.
But that, you know, he was influenced. Selsky.
Selsky.
Cool Nut for sure.
Okay.
Like Cool Nut. It was crazy. Cool Nut. The last time I ran into him was at the Vault in Vallejo.
Okay.
Jimmy Wheeler's studio.
Okay.
When I tried to, you know, do my little rapping thing when I was like 16.
Okay.
I was like, nah. I think I was like 15 or something like that. It wasn't too long before he had passed. But that was the last time I saw him. He was in there talking for a compilation. I forgot the name of that fucking compilation.
Damn.
But
that'd been dope to get that done.
He was so, you know, back in them days, and I was big on them compilations. I was looking for anything with Cool Nut on it, Selsky, Queen. You know what I'm saying?
So, musically inclined. When did you already gave me your influences? So, was you doing music then, like really young?
So, my uncle, who I was talking about, got killed when I was young. He had a record label called Buck 50 Records. So he put out Quinn's first album. It was called Don't Cross Me. And he wanted me to rap, like when I was younger. You know, he would try to get me to rap. So I don't know. I think I was like, he died when I was like 10, so I might have been like 8, 9. You know, when he kind of put the bug in me, or whatever you want to call it. You know,
that spark,
whatever, you know.
Planted the seed in you.
Planted the seed. There you go.
Planted the seed in you. And so, at this time, how old are you, real quick?
When he put that seed in, probably like 8 or 9.
8 or 9.
Yeah.
Okay, he was really young. And I'm kind of bouncing around here, but I just want to kind of connect the dots. School. Did your mom enforce you to go to school?
Yeah.
She made you go to all through this.
I was smart as hell, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I was a smart ass kid. I was too smart, you know. Like, I was on a roll without doing, like, my mom would tell you, like, they always like to say, like, I would get up before school started and just do my homework and get A's and shit. I was just hella smart, like a genius damn near. Like, I think that's why, like, even with the music shit, I don't like write on no fucking paper. This ain't no like trying like Lil Wayne,
No flex, huh?
Jay-Z, like it's
You ain't
just
flexing?
it worked better for me like that. Like I'll drive around like this, and I write while I'm moving because I be so busy doing shit. This is how I started to like be able to do music and even put it out now.
Okay.
Because right now I got so much shit going on in my life, I couldn't just sit down and write. The only time I was able to write was for one of these cases that I'm fighting right now. And I'm gonna sit down. We'll talk about that.
We are definitely gonna get into that. School. You got into the music early. Sports. Basketball was one of your big things that you were doing as far as activities in school. But did you graduate?
Hell yeah.
Mom's made you graduate, huh?
She didn't make. I mean,
well, you wanted to
I
graduate.
ain't gonna lie to you. I liked high school, bro. I ain't one of them niggas was like, oh fuck high school, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I did my shit. I was cutting. I was, doing a lot of shit. Wasn't going, but I was always smart, like I said. So it was like, I was good at that shit. You know.
Where did you graduate from?
I graduated from Bethel.
Jesse Bethel.
So we didn't get to that either. How I moved. Like
we getting ready to transition. You all around from Lakeview to Hunters Point. You got family. It was a huge family, and you got street family. At this point, you got folks that's you moving and shaking and stuff like that because you're in the streets at this point.
Yeah, but see, it's like it wasn't.
I didn't say you was like. I don't think you was forced in the street.
No, it's like my upbringing. So bringing it back to my uncle, rest in peace. He was a heavy hitter from the city, like, and his family, like, because that's my uncle through marriage. But he raised me since a kid, and him and my dad grew up together. And he told my dad told him to take care of me because this is when my dad was starting to drift off, like I said, and kind of fall off. So my uncle took me under his wing, and then his son was born, my little cousin. But before that, I was the oldest, because I'm the oldest, cousin or whatever. So, I would be around him all the time. I got pictures in Adidas sweatsuits on the block. Just how it was back then, like, 80s.
80-ish.
I'm 84, so then 94, you know what I'm saying? I say 90, 92, 93. I think he passed. Well, I think he passed in 93. So 90, 89, whatever you want, around the times, I got pictures and shit, we outside, and that's how it was, niggas was getting money. Niggas was the young niggas is, I got my nephew with me or whatever. They didn't really see it. They was young. They didn't really see it like.
Did your mom know you was doing?
Yeah, but that's crazy. That's the crazy part about it because everything that happened in my life, like with as far as that, she tried to block that out. Like how the fuck, like because she grew up with him too, all my people. So she don't see them as the niggas that they were. You see what I'm saying? That's just such and such. You know what I'm saying? That's brother. That's women don't really see what's going on in the streets. Even they sons, niggas' sons, they at the funeral and it's niggas that want to come shoot the funeral up and shit. And they don't know why. That's their baby, and that's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? Like they never see that. So she never, and she was young.
And don't even get an understanding of it.
And my mom had me at 19. You know what I'm saying? She did the best she could. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? She
still around though, huh?
She did the best. Yeah, thank God. She did the best she could. She tried to put me in the best school. She tried to send me to summer programs, academic programs, bro, all type of shit, bro. Like,
so you was a knucklehead?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I was a fuck up, bro. My daddy was a fuck up. I was a fuck up, bro.
But I
was just a rich fuck up, so I didn't think I was a fuck up.
Hey, when you say rich fuck up, that means you could do financially. You had endless thing to just go out and willy nilly spend. And
I've been a hustler since a kid. Since I was like, I think I had my first. I had 1,400 at 8 years old. I think.
It was fast paced like that in Frisco?
No, it wasn't like that. I was 8, bro. like I was like I came up with a scheme.
How the hell you just think to do this? What is it? How?
I was a kid, so I was like.
But your mom wasn't struggling though. You say.
I mean, she was though. In the beginning. She was. It was just me and her, like I said.
Okay.
So she was working. Trying to put herself through nursing school and all of this shit, taking care of me. She had a beat up old car. Used to break down on us on the way. In the morning.
Damn.
She's spending all her money to make sure that I, trying to not have me, at Martin Luther King and all these other schools, and and for what she did, it really did make a difference. I probably would be worse off than I am. You know, like, but see, the thing is, like, the private schools I went to, I'll give you an example. My cousin, we went to the same type of schools in the city. I could tell you a bunch of stories like this. Him, my other bro, who my mom used to drop me off at his mama house in the mornings so she could take me to school because my mama had to be there super early. My cousin, the one who I'm talking about, who I used to get dropped over at his mama house, and another one, we all went to the same type of schools, went to go hit a lick. 2 of them got murdered. They charged my Brody with the murders, tried to give him life. He ended up getting 8.
8 years.
And we all went to the same school. And he, you know, niggas on the block and shit like it's like, you know, it's like, it's because when these schools is in the hood still. Like, Fellowship was right there, you know, in between Hunters Point and the Mission. You know what I'm saying? Santa Amelia's where I went to was right in Lakeview on the other side, like right over off of Holloway going towards Ocean. Like, you know, I'm walking, you know what I'm saying, from, you know, over across near Randolph Street all the way, you know, I'm walking to school. You feel what I'm saying?
I seen you do, not to cut you off, I seen you do the block report. You did the block report, right?
Yeah.
Remember you did that DVD, and you was talking about kind of like the area you lived in. You showed your grandma's house.
Yeah, I live right down the street. Right
there.
That red house, I lived in that house. No, but my grandparents' house wasn't over there. That's down the street.
Okay.
So you see what I'm saying? Like, so the house I'm telling you that I came to, you know, after I was born and shit, that's down the street. That's where I still got my license to and everything. That other house up the street was my step-pops. Like, that's where we stayed at with him.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
So, like, I stayed, I have, like, my family in Lakeview, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, lived in multiple houses in where I'm from. You know, my daddy was from Lakeview.
Yeah.
My daddy stay over there right now, like, but across in Park Merced, like, right across from there. So.
Okay. You still go out there a lot?
Not really as much. You know what I'm saying? I just, you know what I mean. Being older, I'm where my property at.
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel that. That was dope.
No, I'm for real though. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, and then on top of that, I got a lot going on legally right now.
Okay.
So I don't really be trying to, you know, move around like that. Nowhere really.
We'll get into
unless I got to, you know.
You don't go. Did you call moms and check in with moms and all that? You still, of course, definitely. Right. But you say you don't go over this. But rap. Let's get into the music, man. Wow. I'm gonna cut this short real fast because we already getting ready to go on to the 15-minute mark, 25-minute mark. I just want to play the jingle. I'm going to cut y'all short. When y'all want to see the rest of this interview, please go over to the Spotify for podcasters. Go over to my Spotify. You can go over to my YouTube channel. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and catch the full length of this interview later on this week. It'll be all edited and everything like that. Thank y'all for tuning in over there on IG. I appreciate all the love and support. Jingle. C-U-T. All right. We back at it like a crack addict. Play the jingle for me one time, Shop. Jingle. C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T. It's the Cutthroat Radio Podcast. C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T. I said Cutthroat Radio Podcast. C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T. It's the Cutthroat Radio Podcast. Yeah. C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T. Cutthroat Radio Podcast. Too busy. Kayda is in the building. We back. I had to take a break. I had to go do what I needed to do. I'm old now. I had to go make sure I use the bathroom and all that, and I cut the segment and all that over there on Instagram. Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all out there in Cutthroat Radio Podcast world. We back at it. Going right back into it, Cuddy. So school, misfit, running around Frisco, getting ready to get into high school. How did you transition from San Francisco coming to Vallejo to go to Jesse Bethel? How'd you get over there? Okay,
I'm gonna get into that. But I wanted to be known too that I wasn't just I was bad, but I also was like good though. Like I did, you know, I did good in school, like I said.
Well, I don't want to paint you out to be just some old, delinquent. No, but you, nigga, you from the streets. You was in the streets. Don't try to be good and then.
No, because you know I don't like.
I mean, you got to tell your story.
No, and you're right. You know what I mean, and it's a part of it. You know what I mean, and that's how. Like when I talk about it, I like to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really be liking. I be seeing a lot of. Nowadays, like it's like the negativity is glorified.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like you get to a point in your life, man, when you able to look in retrospect as a grown man.
You sound grown.
And you
mature.
And you able to think about, like relatives and partners and that's dead that didn't get the chance to change. You know what I'm saying? And you look at what you been through, the things that you did, that you glamorized and shit in the streets, and you realize all that shit was for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit ain't nothing fly about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but like you said though, it's a part of the story.
Well, it made you who you are.
When I talk about it, and even in my music, it's always like, this is I'm telling a story. Because that's all I can really do at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm too seasoned to be, out here doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? I done done it all. Like what a nigga ain't done. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get into all of that too.
Absolutely. Here's the thing though, okay? And I'm just short for Kayda. The thing I'm saying about it is just basically your story. So even if it's negative, here's the thing. It's a book called A Crime That Was Never Committed. It's a Mac Dre story, and they when they wrote the book, I'm a reader. When they wrote the book, they real quick, they drove away from his actual life story. And the reason why I say this is because when you're telling a story, no matter if it's grimy, dirty, shitty, stank, and got all of that negativity in there, that is what made you. You came out of that. Right. You became successful from that. And if you didn't go through that, you wouldn't get to the light.
That's
so we need to hear. We're not glorifying it.
No. I'm talking about it.
Yeah.
But I just want.
I don't want the audience
for anybody
for the
watching,
audience. Yeah, absolutely.
For anybody watching, I don't want nobody thinking this is like
we glorifying it. Absolutely,
that's
absolutely,
all.
And absolutely not. Kids out there in the world, please do not go outside and pick up a sack and get to going. Don't do that. No, okay, but anyway.
Now.
Wow. And don't do no. Now it's I just want to quickly say this. Now it's human trafficking, if y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay? Y'all know what I'm talking about out there, because the Cuddy know, and that's why I said it like that. I'm not gonna say nothing else. It's human trafficking. So, you gotta be slick. And we was influenced by the Bay. That's the Bay culture. And I know it's wrong. I know you say, man, we shouldn't glorify that. But I'm gonna tell you, man, when growing up, I glorified when they robbed them banks. I did. I wanted to do that. I wanted to get that money that Coolio was getting. I wanted to get that money that Mac.
That was the niggas in your hood.
That was
the niggas you saw.
You feel what I'm saying?
And that's exactly what I was trying to say earlier. It's like, and then his family too.
Yeah, it's close.
So it's like how is
how do you not see that? Like
as a child, as a young boy, how do you not look at these older men? These ain't like no rappers on TV. Or
absolutely not.
These is your uncles and your
cousins and right in the neighborhood. Just niggas in the hood. Yeah. And to take niggas in the hood and to see that's why I'm saying, like, but I feel you on the not now. No, I don't want to do all of that. And that was, like you said, I was influenced as a kid. It was naive. We made poor choices as juvenile delinquents. But I was able to bounce back. I sat down for you went to juvenile. You said you went to juvenile. How long did you do juvenile?
Like a couple months.
But did you after juvenile did you have to sit down for any more?
Not till I was an adult.
Not till you became an adult. We'll get to that. Schools. Let's just finish up with schools. So you coming from Frisco to Vallejo. How did that transition go?
So my mom she moved. She bought a house in Vallejo.
What made her buy a house?
Shit, the same thing that's making motherfuckers leave the Bay right now and come to Sac and do all of the shit. Man.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
It was
just making sure we're clear on that.
It was affordable.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, the city definitely wasn't affordable.
No.
Still ain't. Not when you black, because San Francisco is like, if you black in San Francisco, it's always been like this. You got you have more black homeowners in neighborhoods like Hunters Point, Fillmore. That's pretty much it though. Like Fillmore, Hunters Point, Lake, can't forget. You know what I'm saying?
The view, can't forget the view.
Yeah. Like no, I'm talking about just as far as the houses. Like,
Oh yeah.
We had a lot of houses in Lakeview. You know, black families. We had the most probably, I say. You know what I'm saying? And then you got houses in Hunters Point, in the Bayview. You know what I mean? Besides the projects.
I was going to say, why do you think it was more houses like black families in the view than with the home?
Because from my understanding, my dad told me, for when black people came to San Francisco, they at a point, Fillmore was the
Harlem of
yeah, but it was the what you call that, like the hub. It was the hub where like everybody coming from down south had to go to
migrate.
Fillmore, and then they started other parts of the city started opening up. Then like Potrero Hill, boom, they built those for black workers specifically that was working during World War II and shit like that.
Oh, wow.
Then they opened up the barracks in Hunters Point, you know what I'm saying, and the projects and shit, Harbor and all that shit. And then if you was all of them places was slums really, except for like I said, in Fillmore they had Victorians and shit, you know what I mean? But still though, it was like it still was considered a black ghetto. But then Lakeview opened up and was kind of like, from my understanding, like middle class.
Like nice. It was
at the time, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like at the time, you know what I'm saying? Like when my dad told me they was growing up and and whatnot. So it was pretty much like a black neighborhood, like a black hood. Like when you go to different, like Richmond and different cities and you see like, niggas with houses, you know what I mean? In San Francisco, if 9 times out of 10, even if you stay in a house, all your family stay in the Jets. So your friends stay in the Jets. So the majority of the people and the places you at, you in the projects a lot of the time. So it's like, growing up, you kind of like, you look at houses and shit like, and these niggas got houses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like for real. So, and that's how they was able to take so many of us up out of there, because we didn't own nothing for the most part. And then the ones that did, have houses, and their grandparents passed them down, they ended up taking loans out on them, and selling them off. And that's where the gentrification coming in areas like the Point.
Say that word one more time.
Gentrification. That's where it's coming in, like in the Point and whatnot, because that the houses that black families did own, the kids are selling them. They've been selling them, moving to Antioch. You know what I'm saying? My auntie sold her house in Visitation Valley near Sunnydale, and bought a house in Antioch when Deer Valley was being built. When it was white, I remember when it was white out there. It's hood now. It's hood around that motherfucker now.
Same thing with the, a lot of neighborhoods in Vallejo, and I hate to reference Vallejo a lot, but same thing in Vallejo.
Is it?
Yeah, it was a lot like the Bethel area.
But I mean, like the Crest, all that is still.
Well, the Crest was before all of that jumped off with the neighborhood and all that. It was the modern days. Nice, get out the barracks,
country club.
Like, it was, and they had a newspaper clipping where it was all nice. It was nice, and then Florida Terrace, Florida Terrace first.
Crack did it everywhere.
Yeah, crack did it everywhere. Absolutely,
crack did it everywhere.
Drugs, substance abuse, all of the alcoholism, all of that came into play, and we're gonna talk about it. You moved into Vallejo with your mom, just you and your mom.
No, it was me, mom, step pops, my step brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you went straight to Bethel?
Yeah.
Straight to Bethel. 12th grade year?
No, I went 11th, and then I left. I went to school in Richmond for a minute, and I came back to Vallejo and graduated.
Okay.
So I was all over the place, bro.
Why the hell you moved to Richmond?
I went to school. I didn't move to Richmond.
Oh, well,
I just went to school out there. I went through a program out there, like to go get college courses while I was in high school.
You are
smart.
I went
to CC. Yeah, I went to Contra Costa. But they had a program. It was a school where you could like go there. You could get college courses. Yeah, I was good. I was on the track, bro. I went to Cal State Hayward for a year. But as smart as I was, I never was good in math. Like, math was always my worst subject. So when I got to college, then I was trying to half-ass it still. I was trying to do the procrastinating shit.
That wasn't
they came and they, like, in the syllabus, they tell you got to put this many hours in the study and everything. I'm like, whatever, I got this shit. I've been doing this shit my whole life.
Right.
I'm trying to do this shit, and I'm fucking around, fucking with bitches. I'm doing all this shit, and somehow I was able to still keep it 3.0 for like that year, and then, but I was failing math, and they put me in a remedial math, right? So when they put me in a remedial math, this shit disrespectful because they doing the addition and
They dropped it all the way low.
I'm like, y'all got me fucked up. So they had me at like, I think it was like math 800, and
They
then
dropped this nigga down to addition.
So they had me in math 850, and they like, you gotta go to 900, then 950. I said, man, fuck that. I need 950. So I skipped, and you know what I mean. And I flunked that one twice, and I just like fuck this shit. And then my pops, you know, introduced me to the pimping and gave me a hoe. And we gonna get on. Whoa. And I said, fuck this shit.
Whoa, he went fast on me.
Yeah.
I gotta come back to that. Juvenile, yep. High school, graduated, yeah, but we still right there. So you say, when you get to Vallejo, you was already rapping?
So yeah, I was kind of like, you know, fucking around. You know, who didn't rap when we was coming up, you know? And even now when you see like, you know, all these young rappers and shit, it's the same shit it been. Like everybody rapped back then too. It just wasn't as easy to put it out or be on platforms as it was, you know, and as it is now. The criteria was different. Like you had to be, especially in the Bay, you had to be real. You had to be real.
You had to bring it.
You had to be a real nigga.
Yeah. And you had to be raw.
You had to be raw. You had to be all that shit. You couldn't, you know, niggas, you would get laughed at.
Oh, sick.
You know,
blood out. Niggas get sick, the blood out.
I mean? So it was like, you know, like
and they going for blood on you about your raps too.
Yeah. So you know, I rap just like everybody else did, but I wasn't. You know, I never ever was serious about rap, and that's like the misunderstanding that a lot of people get about me. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Because. And I don't know if you want to jump into that right now, but
I thought you was the one that really was serious about it out of all three of y'all. And we're gonna get into the Fendi Boys right now.
Them niggas will tell you.
How the hell the group get formed?
Them niggas will tell you. You want to know right now?
How the group get formed?
Okay, so Peanut, my nigga. When I moved to Vallejo, me and him started kind of like rapping in the back of the classroom and shit. Then we started hanging out. We developed more of a friendship than a rapping. And then, but we, you know, we kept rapping and shit.
At Bethel.
Yeah. And, you know, he told me, you know, about his cousin, about Cash, you know. And at the time, Cash and him was doing the Hood Fellas. And we ran into him one day at Hilltop, you know what I'm saying? We was talking. And we was trying to, you know, we was trying to get together and do something. We got together, we did something, we did a song. Peanut and Cash did it first. And they told me to jump on it. I jumped on it. That was that This Is How We Talk. Mackie did the beat.
Okay.
That This Is How We Talk. Diz put it out on one of the Diz Nations. This Is How We Talk.
I'm definitely gonna go listen to that.
But so that was the first song we did, and Cash came up with the whole concept, everything. It was Cash's idea. Him and Rob Lowe. Shout out Rob Lowe too.
Okay.
Rob, you know, was our producer at first. So, you know, because you had the Hood Fellas and the Mob Figures. They was rocking tough for a minute. So
right.
All Cash, Rob was producing for Cash. So Cash had him produce an album for us, like having him do all the production. And it was just me and Peanut. At the time, we all kicking it though. Like me, Cash, Peanut, Jeezy, his brother Kwani, shout out Blue Fetty on IG doing this thing, Big Racks Entertainment, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So we all chilling, and you know, I guess Jeezy wanted to rap too, and Cash was just like, fuck it, I'll throw you in the group with them. Cash came with the name Fendi Boys.
I didn't even get to ask the question.
I mean, because you asked me like how it formed, so
just keep going.
He came up with the name. People think that it was like fashion and shit. We was talking fly shit, but it had nothing to do with that. It was a group of Irish mobsters in Boston
called the Fendi Boys.
The Fendi Boys, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I didn't know where the fuck y'all got that name, and I always thought that was the cleanest fucking name I had ever heard.
I'm just
Fendi Boys.
See, this is before Google. But
I swear to God, you motherfuckers was hard for that shit. I swear to God.
This is what Cash told us. And it could have been purple. I don't know, but I don't think he would have known. But I'm just saying this is before Google. We just went with it. Yeah. Like, we didn't look into it. He was like, oh word.
Oh y'all didn't go and not Google. Then how would y'all search that? Y'all would have to.
Man, you know, come on, man.
How the hell would y'all search that back then?
I don't know. But
what year was that?
We just said fuck. This is 2000.
Oh, you could have did it on thing.
2004. 2004.
Yeah, you'd have been able to search it online
or something like that. But you know, it was, and then he had another
the domain name.
Yeah, he had another idea for a group called the Gucci Crew. It was either
No,
Gucci Crew
Fendi
or
was
Fendi.
Hey, Gucci.
He
Hey,
went-
Gucci
he
Crew.
went-
It sounded like Gucci Crew too.
Yeah.
No disrespect. Hey, it's 3 of y'all in the group. It's Jeezy, Peanut, you. What was Peanut rap name? Nut? Just Nut?
Peanut.
Peanut. Okay. We all went to school, so we all was at Bethel together, and y'all. I never even knew that this was boiling while we was all at Bethel.
It wasn't really, you know what I'm saying? Like I
Okay.
said, it was more so me and bro was hanging, we ran into cash on the fluke. And then what happened was, like I said, that's Cash's cousin, right?
Mm-hmm. Rest in peace,
and,
Cash.
Yeah, rest in peace to my brother. So it's like I was already close with Peanut and his family to the point where I was about to go live with them in high school because I was having problems at home and shit.
With moms and them?
Yeah, with the family.
What happened with moms and them real quick?
It's just I always just been off, into my own shit. You know what I'm saying, and just kind of like, doing shit that that they might not agree with, and kind of just living grown and just like so it was like I'm ready. I was ready to get out the house at like 16. I ended up leaving at like 17, I think. But I was trying to leave at like 16.
Yeah.
I just, it was some real shit going on. I don't even talk about.
No, you ain't got to go into detail, of course.
But
yeah, Peanut. So you would have moved with him. You was with him.
Yeah. So we was close like that to where his mama, rest in peace, to Nell.
Rest in peace. I didn't know his mom passed away.
Yeah, she did.
Jesus.
But they loved me like a I always was like that when I was growing up. I used to spend a lot of time with like other people's families.
He
I got
worked at the Walmart right here.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I got like 3 different families. That's another thing I don't really talk about my upbringing. Like I didn't really spend that much time with my own family.
Immediate.
I was always with somebody else's family to the point where I was a relative. Like. And that's just like really my auntie. Like even Cash, like I got off the phone with his mama today. That's my auntie.
I was just gonna ask you,
That's
have you
shout out Troy.
I can't even get the questions out. Go ahead, keep
I just
going.
got off the phone with her earlier though.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? She called me nephew. It's like I don't do the extended families and all the shit because I got blood relatives who I don't fuck with. So and I always just kind of been like that, been closer to the motherfuckers that wasn't even my blood than the people that was. So
I hear you.
It's family. So we was hanging like that to that extent, and then the group came, and then simultaneously when we had the group before this. So like I said, this was Rob Lowe. We didn't have before we even went to this. Me, Cash, and you remember 100 Proof? They used to rap with the jacket. He used to be in that camp.
So whoa. So Fendi Boys is under the MGM, right? MGM.
Yeah. So I'm about to tell you how it really happened. So basically, it was Cash. My uncle Kev had a manage. They was managing Cash. Cash had a deal for a record label on the East Coast, it was under, I think it was under Universal or something like that. He was doing his thing. He had the Cash truck wrapped. He opened up for Megan Good's sister. I forgot the name of that group, the little R&B group, ISIS, I think it was. And you know what I'm saying? He was doing a lot of shit, opening up for people in the industry and everything. So he already had contacts in the industry, and somebody at Interscope wanted him because he had, he had the Hood Fellas, him and two other people. They wanted a group, another trio, Interscope, and they wanted Cash and 2 other people. And Cash, I don't know what happened to the members, my other cousins. You know what I'm saying? Shout out PD Rep, Pedro. You know what I'm saying? YS. I don't know.
Are they still alive?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what happened.
You just don't know what happened.
I'm saying I don't know what happened at the time to why they didn't just go over in the group with Cash.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? But Cash, he wanted to fill the slides. Long story short, he put me and 100 Proof in the group. So this is a group people don't even know. Me, Cash, and 100 Proof had a group before we came to this.
What's the name of that?
We was called the Grown Ups.
The Grown Ups.
I mean, this was major, bro. They was paying for our hotels. They was paying for us to come out there.
Wow.
Interscope Records.
Why didn't y'all go with that? Like, why didn't you?
It's not that we didn't go with it. They, the A&Rs, you had A&Rs back then.
Absolutely.
St. Louis was a hot area. The Bay Area wasn't. It was that simple. Like, you know what I mean? They had all this good music for them. I mean, come on now, Cash alone is talented as fuck.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And
Damn.
And I felt like I was the weakest in the group. Like, 100 Proof, man. I mean, this little nigga was like a little Snoop Dogg, bro. This nigga had the little long braids.
He
like
was gassing
Snoop.
like that?
Yeah, 100 was raw, bro.
So where's he at now?
I don't know. I be wondering sometimes. I don't know. I ain't heard nothing.
You ain't talked to him, ain't seen him, nothing?
Nah, man. You know what I'm saying?
But do you know if he's still alive?
Shit, I hope so. I don't know.
Damn, you ain't got no way to get in contact.
I ain't seen the nigga on social media, nothing. I don't know. Here, I think I've asked a couple
people
like they don't know. So,
yeah.
But he was raw though, bro.
God,
he was
dog.
raw. But so, you know, we had that going on.
The grown-ups.
We didn't get the deal. Came back to the Bay, and then that's when Clyde and Cash, you know, linked up and did the Money Gang thing. You feel me? We just went behind that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we okay. Me and Cash and Bruh had the group. Okay, whatever. Me and Peanut had our shit, Fendi Boys. But nigga, Clyde and Cash is recording this album. Cash said specifically, nigga, y'all Money Gang now. We Hood Fellas. It started off, it was supposed to be Hood Fellas Money Gang. If you listen to the old mixtapes we did, we were saying Hood Fellas Money Gang at first. So he was tying the Hood Fellas in with the Money Gang. And then it became Money Gang Mob. And then, I don't know how or why, he decided to call it Fendi Boys Money Gang Mob and put us in front of them. But if you listen to records, it's Fendi Boy Money Gang Mob. Like,
yeah, a lot of the records. And go back. And I gotta ask this: out of the Fendi Boys, when y'all came from the Grown Ups and y'all put and you got it all together, where was y'all recording the music at?
we was recording. You talking about
For the Fendi Boys project, the one that y'all did for Thieves.
So the Fendi Boys project, we recorded some of that in Rob Lowe and them had a studio off in Pittsburgh, off Buchanan, like Railroad and Buchanan.
You say real quick. You say you felt like you was the weakest in the Grown Ups group, but in the
I feel like I was the weakest of the
in the Fendi Boys too.
Yeah.
I just was gonna ask you why. Like why?
Cause I so let me tell you something, bro. Everything that you heard from me, everything anybody ever heard from me, being like half-ass, I wasn't into it. I was just doing it like the Fendi Boy shit. So, you know, this 2005.
Mm-hmm.
I bought my first house in 2005. I had a house. I still got it. You know what I'm saying? It's rented out over off of Sacramento and Wilson. You know what I'm saying? The new houses over there when you going towards Sonoma.
Mm-hmm.
So I was living like that. Cash was coming to my house. Big Cuz coming to my house, got a room in my house, bringing bitches over and shit like that.
Ooh.
They, you know, Low and them niggas, he the star. They take care of him.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't really, we little cuz and shit like that. You know, like, and like I said, I always been heavily influenced by money. So I didn't see the money. I always treated rap as an option. And then when Cash was alive, it was like, I'm waiting on this nigga to make it. In the meantime, so when I would come to the studio, it would always be like a chore, or I didn't want to go. So it was like, I wasn't coming with like good music. I don't feel like, you know what I'm saying, because I wasn't really into it. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. And a lot of your music, and not to cut you off, but me and Gotti was talking about this the other day. A lot of your music, we was like, nigga, that nigga was hard.
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't like none of that shit.
Wow.
I don't.
That's a trip.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like none of my music.
But that's good being honest.
I don't like none of my music, except for now. Like this project I just dropped, I just released.
Well, you're in a different state of mind now, okay?
Yeah, but see, it's because all of them situations. The situation at this, Cash brought us in. We got free studio time. I'm not paying for this shit, so I'm not taking it serious. The situation in LA, Interscope, they paying for this shit. I'm not taking it serious. When I was in Vegas, so I moved to Vegas for like 6 years. I'm out there getting a lot of money. My boy, shout out Yowda, right? He fuck with Ross. You know what I'm saying? Me and John Tate, shout out Tate, Cash brother, my brother. You feel me? We in the club, we running to each other. He recognized, Tay had the Cash piece on, you know what I'm saying? The VVS is all diamonds, you know what I'm saying, with Cash on it. And he recognized me. We get to talking and shit, and it was a street situation. At the time, we was with somebody that you know, he was like, was bad or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So we get to rapping and we take his number and we started talking on that. I didn't even know he rapped. And then, you know, we got to talking some more, and then come to find out he rapped. And I guess he heard me from Thiz or whatever. He had me come start going to the studio. And he recording in Vegas at my nigga Chum Lee house from Pawn Stars. Shout out Chum Lee. So I'm going in there I'm in Chum Lee house all the time. Big mansion. Like, the swimming pool in the back. Like, it's hella people coming through there. Like, I done seen Riff Raff up there, fucking Wale, like motherfuckers coming through, you know what I'm saying? The whole time I'm up there, I'm not really taking this shit serious, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to shows with him sometimes. We backstage. You know, it's big artists back there. I done been in private parties with Drake and met these niggas.
Okay, yeah.
I'm pulling up in a Bentley. I don't give a fuck. I done been at this party, you know what I'm saying? A private party with Ross and Meek Mill. You know what I'm saying? Like, through fucking Weada. And I bring a badass Persian bitch up there, you know what I'm saying? That I had just knocked that night. And I brought her for the party. On some player shit. Cause I'm thinking, you know, I'm coming up here with these niggas, bitch ain't worried about me. I just want to let niggas know I'm a player when I step through the door. So I leave her there, and I go over to holler at DJ Franz, and shout out DJ Franz. I'm hollering at him, right? But not even about no music. So this was crazy. I'm just in these places. I'm around all of these opportunities, but I'm not serious because I'm so fucking distracted and tunnel vision. You know what I'm saying? So
about the money.
About the money. So
hold. Let me just check my camera. Keep that thought. About the money. God, dog. Boy, you getting juicy. Okay, keep going.
So basically, to get back to the main point, I said all that to say that y'all blessed me with an opportunity to do a mixtape with DJ Trapaholics. It's on Dat Piff right now, and that shit was trash. I didn't like it. I don't think that nigga liked it. Yeah, I know you weren't really feeling that shit either. But my uncle up here, Cash uncle, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I wasn't in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like me. I'm the type of person, I'm an artist. And this is what I realized, you know, because my best music always came out of, like, turmoil. Like, after Cash died, so when Cash died, I was on bail in
whoa.
2007.
Before we go into that, because I want to touch bases on that, because I had some questions right there, and I don't mean to cut you off. When y'all did y'all first project under Thiz, how did that get orchestrated? Like, who came up with the topics for the songs, and all of that type of stuff? Like, who was the creativeness? Who had more creative control on it? All three of y'all, or?
Yeah, it was kind of like we just was coming up with shit, you know. But see, during this time, I was getting money, so I wasn't really at the studio like that. So, you know, like, I just come and niggas that had songs to get on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, them niggas already had shit, you know. And
so you just filled in the blank, basically. Came to the studio and just wrote your verse, or probably threw a verse on there, freestyled it.
Some half-ass shit that I wasn't really feeling, and that's why I knew it. Because it's like I knew I was better than that, but I just didn't feel it. It's like I'm the type of person, I go off a feeling. I gotta feel something. Or I can't. I'm a very authentic person, like, you know what I'm saying. And so it's easy to.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we back. Here we go. Man, he was getting into that pimping and pandering. Real quick, the jingle. CUTTHOAT. All right, stop. Wow. Now we getting back into it. So, you was talking about, and we're not glorifying it, but you were talking about how you got set down and got your feet wet, and how you made the transition from that. But you was trying to be a rapper. You was going to LA. You pressed up your CDs, but then you that dream kind of
deferred.
And so where did you get was you in LA when you got set down, or you came back up to Northern California to get put on by your dad, or?
Nah, that was all before.
That was all. So you went to
18.
So you went to LA.
I went to LA like 2009, I think. Right before I ended up moving to Vegas. I was in LA for like a little under a year, and then I moved to Vegas after that. Like,
but did you have some work out there in LA with you? Like, was you moving with work out there? You had a couple of.
It wasn't. I mean, it was, you know, it's coming and going. At one time, you know, I done been like 4, 5. Then I'd be You know, I always kept some training wheels.
Yeah.
I always kept some training wheels. Like, it wasn't never less than 2, but it'd always be like, you know, 3, 4, 5. You know, I'd have been 6. Like, it just never really just always end up like that consistent. You know what I'm saying? But I kept trying. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I had some situations, man, some good situations. I was just a young nigga and dumb. You know what I mean? I didn't, you know, I didn't value the situations. I felt, you know, like really arrogant. Like, you know, on the pride. You know, I was firing bitches left and right. You know. I didn't, you know, where niggas would do anything to get a bitch. I didn't really care because it was like I came in the game with my own property. I was my own man already. You know, I already had, you know, like shit going on for myself. So when that happened, like I said, that incident that happened that, you know, I went down for, you know, that situation, that person went through a rock to my house that I own. You see what I'm saying? Like my hard earned, like, you know, but this ain't got nothing to do with that. You know, so, you know, I never came in it like feeling like I needed it or nothing like that. So, and I always felt like I always took the opportunity to let it be known, you know, and like, fuck you then, kick a bitch to the curb real quick. And, you know, I had some good ones that I just pushed to the limit at like for I say probably like, I probably say like 6, 7 years. I had a 2-piece that didn't go nowhere and wouldn't have went nowhere. That even after that, I still talked to and could have had back. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it was just, you know, me just like, you know, just young, bro. You know? How much,
the most you got at one time when you and they dropped the load on you? How much was it?
So I ain't gonna front. I ain't never seen more than a 20 ball up front. Not all at once.
Oh, from
like, I just hit for this.
How much was that hit?
Like soft 18.
the life. I know I'm smiling.
I'm being real.
No, but I'm smiling. No, wait. Women out there in the world, I'm smiling. But it was just the way he said it, because I've lived in life my damn self, and it was easy. Like, it was easy. It was so easy to just collect and go on about your day.
I mean,
I'm telling you, man. I was paying a phone bill, $1,400 phone bill.
I mean, you know, but I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like I said, like when I first hopped in it, bro, I mean, I done played the Blade, Internet Cafe. You know what I'm saying? I really out here pulling up on a nigga that sweated too hard and fucked up the money and ran a trick off, and I'm really pulling up. Like, I got situations right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on paperwork. I'm out here, you know, like having to physically get into it with a nigga, like, you know. So it's like, no, it's now, you know, it's internet shit and all of that shit. You know, it's like, you know, easy back then. It was like, bro, niggas was working, bro. You
Nubians.
Oh yeah, what Nubians, peekaboo, niggas better quit playing with me. I'll look up. I'll show you my email. I'll pull up my emails right now and show you, bro. Listen. I'm not.
Okay, no.
My history ain't no mystery.
Whoa. You know you don't need to do all that.
Yeah, I know.
But no, I just had to throw something out there. You know, I know. God, dog, you just take me so far back. Streets sucked you in. And I don't want to sound like I'm just getting on, you know, making a joke out of that. But again, the influences, the knucklehead, being, you know, just wanting to be a youngster that have some money, and you was running around and all this other stuff. You was into the streets. The streets basically influenced. You got incarcerated for a year, and you're on paperwork now, and you've been through a lot. So what's going on now? Like right now, present. Like
so another thing is what I want to say is that like during these years, you know what I'm saying, LA, Vegas, all of that, for all the money I was making, you know, I was doing a lot of drinking and partying and shit, you know, especially out there in Vegas. To, you know, like I was excessive with it. Like I wouldn't go in the house sometimes like 9 in the morning because I viewed it as working, and that's how hungry I was. I'm in a city that don't never sleep, and I came from the Bay where it's certain times and shit shutting down. So, you know, I would play the casinos. You know, I hit the casinos at 8, 9. You know what I'm saying? I go far. I go hit 3 strip clubs before I even hit Dre's nightclub before. Then I go in there after hours 4 in the morning to like 6, 7, and I go to Rhino be coming out when it's daytime around that motherfucker. I did that shit, bro. When I tell you I did that shit then like daily, I made a lot of money. I fucked off a lot of money, and I developed a habit unknowingly that followed me back up here when I came back.
And what was that habit?
The drinking. I became a real life alcoholic, bro.
Ouch.
No, but I didn't know it though, because in a place like that, you are partying all night. Everybody else drinking with you, they just not drinking as much. But I'm not peeping that. I'm not, I'm just thinking that, hey, everybody else drinking while I'm drinking, but they not drinking like me though.
You on a different go mode.
So when I came back over here, I brought that problem with me, and that's with these incidents I'm going through right now. That's what it really pretty much stemmed from, and that shit that really set me like in a different trajectory in life. We can get into that though,
alcohol, consumption of alcohol. You was drinking it
straight
morning, noon, and night.
Nah. See, that's what I'm saying. It didn't start like that. It was like, it was like when I'm out. But look how I'm out though. Like I just told you.
You out morning, noon, and night?
No. I'm out night to the morning.
Well, okay.
I had a gym routine, so this was so fucked up, and why I thought I was.
Did you sleep?
Hell yeah. So like I said, I sometimes on the nights when I get home, like maybe around 9 something, in the morning, I sleep till about like 1, and I go to the gym from 2:30 to 4:30. You know what I'm saying? And work out with my trainer, and my workout's quick. So it's like, I was functioning like a motherfucker. Matter of fact, my trainer that's how I really started becoming more of an alcoholic, because I used to drink mixed drinks. My trainer, like, for the workout, drink straight vodka, no calories. So I started drinking vodka straight for my workout. So I,
got my stomach hurting right now.
Yeah, bro. So
rock gut.
Yeah. So that's how it was. You know what I mean? I'm feeling like, every time I'm out, I'm drinking. I'm just out a lot, so that's why I'm drinking a lot.
You got me Diaz face, and I ain't on no pill.
Yeah. But yeah, that's how, that's how I feel like I do. We, I don't know if you want to get into it now, but when I told you, these incidents forced me to really look at myself. I went to rehab.
Let's get into that.
I went to rehab for 3 months, man.
Let's talk about it.
That shit changed my life, bro. I live a whole new life now.
Did you go on your own, or was you
forced? I went on my own.
You went on your own?
I went on my own, bro.
What rehab did you go to?
So, it's called River City Recovery out here in Sacramento.
Okay.
But I want to for you to understand what it took for me to get there.
Break it down.
Okay, so I'm not gonna do too much talking about it, because it's still, I'm on bail for this case. But about a little less than 3 years ago, I had a firearm on me. You know what I'm saying? I got chased down by police, and I tried to jump off a 30-foot ledge. They caught me, cuffed me, and beat the shit out of me, like bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was swole, like in a mug shot. I got my mug shot pictures, like eyes purple, then they're closed.
Whoa, wait. Let me ask you a question. Was this before or after I seen you?
This was before. This was way before. Okay. This is like a little under 3 years ago.
Okay.
But now look, I bail out. Right? Guess what I do?
What'd you do?
I go to Vegas that week. Go stay at the new. They had just opened the Hilton Conrad. I go stay with my little female partner, and I throw some Gucci shades over my. I'm fucked up. I'm
trying to picture this.
I throw some shades on. I'm in the strip clubs and everything, knocking shit like ain't nothing happened. I had a real problem, bro.
But I was trying to say, what was wrong with you?
Okay, so look, you'd have thought that would have been the situation that made me change. But no, and then shit, my attorney got me into a program, basically mental health diversion. They like, man, there's something wrong. You gotta be something wrong with you doing some shit like this, like jumping off the ledge and all that shit, which you was. So I went through, the channels and everything to get in there. You know what I mean? I was diagnosed bipolar 2, all of the shit. And then, boom, like a little less than 2 years ago, I got into an incident out here. And this is still pending, so I'm not going to talk too much. But let's just say I went to jail out here. I sat in that motherfucker for damn near 3 months.
Ouch.
And because of my other case in San Francisco and my record, they had me on $1 million bail.
Oh boy.
And so I'm sitting out here, you know, I'm sitting out here in this county, and you know, I got mortgage to pay out there. I got a lot of shit going on. So, you know, I'm just in there like, what the fuck is wrong with me? You know what I'm saying? I'm in here, you know. I'm gonna take it a little deeper than that. I was still in there drinking Pruno. Let me tell you my moment, though. Let me tell you, yeah, exactly. Let me tell you my moment. Let me tell you my moment. I was getting transferred, and they made me leave my shit, and I had the shit hidden in there, and they didn't search my shit for like 3 days, and when I finally found it, it was like, I don't know what shit that is. It's a common area, and boom. But that didn't happen to nobody else in the whole module and shit. I asked around, and I'm like, nigga, you was going through all of this, been through everything you've been through.
And you still gonna do it in there?
And that was a lot, because I'm Muslim. First of all, you know, I took my shahada December 7, 2018. I was sober for 2 years.
Whoa. That was fast.
Yeah.
Go say that one more time,
bro. It's a lot to this story.
Bro, say that one more time about being a Muslim.
So I reverted 2018, December 7th. One of my main reasons, I had studied Islam for a while, but the discipline, you know what I mean, and not drinking. When I came to Islam, for 2 years, I was sober. Like, I was doing community service, feeding the homeless. Like, you know, I have an addictive personality, so it's like, if I'm doing something, I'm doing it. So I got, but it's like, if you get what I learned in recovery, it's like getting addicted to positive things, working out, helping out.
But you was addicted to getting money, but then
that too.
But then you used alcohol to help you
get money,
get the money.
Because, you know, I'm sitting
and didn't know you was getting
right.
You didn't know that was doing that, and your body, your physical form, and everything.
Nah, because I was working out. I was in the best shape of my life when I was drinking hella much.
Was you drinking a lot of water?
I mean, workout and shit like that. But you know, when I was out, you know, but pretty much though, not to get off track. Like when I came to Islam, I stopped drinking for like 2 years. I moved. I bought my house out here during COVID. The mosque was shut down. I didn't have my support system. I just was in the house drinking and shit.
You reverted back to drinking. I
went back to the bullshit. And it basically kicked off a damn near 2.5 year shit. I mean, during this time, man, I was getting into it with family members, bro. I mean, these people, motherfuckers didn't want me around no more. I mean, it got bad in these cases, right? So, like I said.
Why couldn't you pick up a book to read or something?
I mean, you know,
why alcohol?
Allahu Alam, you know what I'm saying? Only Allah knows, but you'll understand this story more when I tell you.
Okay, come on.
When I tell you what happened after that incident, when I realized in there, you got a problem. I told my lawyer, I need help. I get out of here, like, I'm going to rehab, I need help. Well,
I commend you.
So I ended up.
That's very commendable.
I ended up getting out of there. Allah sent me a guardian angel.
Thank God for that.
And a Muslim woman who got me up out of there.
Thank God.
Shout out to her. May Allah reward her just like Allah care, you know. But so I got out, and I got on a waiting list for recovery. You know? I stayed sober that whole time that I was out. I went to the recovery home. Now, mind you, when I was in there, I was writing music. Every time I've been in jail, I wrote the best music. This is when I said, like, I gotta feel something. I got so many songs that I wrote, like, when I was in jail and just hard times and shit that I never put out. It was my best work. So, you know, I was sitting in there like, bro, like, I got all of this music. It's take me to go to jail or go through some serious shit to write it, but I don't never put it out. And then one of my bunkies, well, two of my bunkies actually, was like 10 years younger than me. And they remember the dead shit and Infinity Boards and all this shit. And I was like, damn, man, like, this motherfuckers that still know about it, you know about a nigga from that. And I ain't never put out this music. It's now or never. And then it felt like I just really, what I learned in recovery when I went in there, they talk about therapy. Like, they were journaling and everything. So how the reason why I never been serious about this music shit I never seen it as a way to make money. I never seen it
As a career.
way out or nothing, bro. I never took this shit serious. It was when I learned in recovery, like, you know, journal your feelings and, you know, everything down and everything like that. And I said, I'm gonna use music as my therapy and my journey, a part of my 12-step program that I work. Instead of writing in a journal, I'm gonna write this shit down. I'm gonna record it and I'm gonna put it out for motherfuckers that's going through or been through what I've been through. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna talk about real life shit. And this is my life, and I'm putting it out there. And whoever embrace it and whoever fuck with it and take this art and interpret it the way they do, shout out to them. Whoever don't, that's what art is. You know, it's left open to interpretation. Everybody ain't gonna like it. Everybody ain't gonna hate it either.
I respect it.
You know what I mean? And that's what made me get serious about it. So from that to when I was in there, I got the idea of starting my own recovery home. So
get the fuck out. You're gonna turn a business.
I'm turning my house
into a business
out here in SAC. I already, you know, checked with the zoning laws, everything, HOAs. I'm cleared. Got my EIN number. I got my internet domain. I got a list of employees already set. You know, because in the application you gotta have your employees. You gotta have everything set like the business is running. The last thing is doing a fire inspection. Take about 6 months to license. This is the only field where you can be a felon or whatever and get into and make 6 figures. A month.
You did your homework.
A month. Yeah, for the past year since I got out that recovery home, I'm at a stage where I got everything set up. I just got to see what go on with these cases first, because it's either gonna happen this year, or the worst come to worst, so I got to sit down when I get out. But it's happening. I got everything lined up. So now, on another note too, what helped me do all of this and get this together for this recovery home.
I'm listening.
I got a sponsor. I go to AA and NA meetings. I'm in the community. I just went to go speak at Midtown Solutions in Oak Park the other night because people in the community heard about what I was doing in my work. There was somebody in the community that had been through recovery and that's young and that's working on a recovery home.
Now, in the recovery home, are you gonna have women and men, or
no,
just men?
So I'm gonna start off. No, it's gonna be an all male house starting.
All male house.
But eventually, I want to expand. You know what I mean? And you know, like I'm starting off with a 6-bed because you know, like you don't got to get a conditional use permit with a 6-bed. That's meaning like that it's a special permit you got to operate for over 6. And then, you know, that take more time to get more yellow tape and everything like that. And then you got to go announce to the neighborhood or wherever you open it up. You got to go in front of the county and you got to announce that you open it up. And you could possibly, you know, people could object to it, whatever. So it's like when you come in with a 6 or under, you fly under the radar, you open up easier. You know what I mean? And then, 2, starting off running it, I feel like, because I'm the main administrator. And under me, I got, you know, billing, I got staffing, you know, I got counselors, I got on-call nurse practitioner, I got an on-call psych, I got all the, I got a cook, personal cook. You know
you turn your negative into a positive. You turned your pain into a way to not even just give back to the community, but at the same time, turn $1 or $2 and it's legal, you know, and get you a couple of dollars out of that. So you said 6 figures. That's why I threw the dollar in there.
Yeah.
And so, but the main part is to help the recoverers.
I mean, you gotta understand this. Like in recovery for alcoholics. So I had to admit that I'm an alcoholic.
Alcohol Anonymous.
AA, but I'm in NA too. So it's mainly because I actually met my
you are very commendable.
I actually met my long lost uncle in a recovery home I was in.
Wow.
He got 30 years being clean, right? He came to speak through H&I, hospitals and institutions, right? I was looking for a sponsor, but nobody had really grabbed me yet. I wasn't really feeling nobody. So he came in there. I was on the phone at the door. You know, I greeted him. There was something about this dude, you know what I'm saying? And he went up to speak, and he talked about, you know, growing up in Oakland. You know, he's from Seven Deuce and Lacey, you know what I'm saying? He's, you know, brothers with Kenny Red. Shout out Aunt K Red. That was a mentor of mine.
Rest in peace.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to his sons, both his sons, Tyree and Dante, and my niggas. But you know, like, you know, that's his half brother. You know what I'm saying? K Red. You know what I'm saying? So when he hit me with that, I'm like, man, and I'm listening to his story. He tell a story about, you know, how he got clean. You know what I'm saying? And basically, you know, he told a story about his girl and his youngest son dying of a blood transfusion. And his oldest son was living. He wanted to get clean from him. Well, my cousin got the exact same story. The exact same story. And I remember, you know, in high school, my cousin, like, he was going to go meet his pops, but I never heard nothing about it after. I ended up getting this info and shit, called him the next day, thought about it, and I was like, no, I think you might be my cousin's dad. And I told him the name, come to find out. That's
Damn.
And this my cuz, like, we like this. He was just at my going away party when I was going in there. That's how close. My mama called him like a second son.
That's a small
And I never met his dad until in that place.
The recovery.
You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this ain't me. I ain't this good. I've been known to be a fuck up. I've been known to build up some dope shit and then tear it all down. You feel? So it's like it wasn't until I let go.
God had a plan for you.
God work now.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
All of this shit. And as a Muslim, you know what I'm saying? We say Alhamdulillah, praise God in Arabic for everything. So you can't say, you know, like, okay, now I got this way to help people and to make a good career at the same time, right? And make great money, right? I can't say that Alhamdulillah for that, but if I got to be held accountable for the shit that I've done, and you know, maybe it don't go the way I want to go, and I got to sit down or whatever the fuck, I can't say astaghfirullah, which is, you know, Lord forgive, like, you know what I mean? And it's like, just like, oh, you know, like it's looked at as negative. No, because without that, it wouldn't have been. I was seeking death. I don't know why. You know, I had shit. I had, you know, house, all these, you know, material things, but I just, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't happy, and I was really in my drinking so much, you know, trying to fill a void. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I found out. I went over all my trauma in there. You know, my uncle, all the shit we talking about. I ain't even went to depth in it. It just got to the point where, you know, it was just like I was unhappy, right? And a lot of people go through that. They just don't talk about it.
And that's your this is where you at now? Present mentality, physical. You're starting this. You want to start the recovery home.
So I'm actually.
That's where you at.
I'm actually 90% done with everything that I need to do. I'm just waiting to hear what's going on with these.
And this is your current life now.
Yeah, this is my life now.
But are you still doing music?
I just dropped.
I
I dropped on my birthday.
But I'm saying the not the Fendi Boy type of music. This is a whole different.
No, this is. I mean, I'm grown, bro. I've been through so much. These is you know, the story, like how you asking me all of this in this interview. You know, like my music is that, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm giving reality rap.
Okay, hold on. Let me check my camera because I want to see. I want you to tell everybody where you can listen and get all your music and everything. We good. And I'll edit all that. Don't worry. Where can we find your music? Where can we listen to it at? You got on Spotify and all that?
I'm on everything. I'm on all major music platforms.
Tell them your work, everything.
At Kayda Bentayga, Kayda Bentayga.
How'd you get that? How'd you get from Kayda to?
So I mean, so, you know, while I was living in Vegas, I got the Bentley emblem tattooed on my arm. Before I moved out there, you know, I told my little people, you know, my little chick at the time, with one of them, that, you know, like, I was gonna go out there, we was gonna turn up, and I wanted a Bentley hella bad. And it's like, man, this is before I really learned the power of manifestation. You know what I'm saying? Like, symbolism. Like, I tatted this on me, right, before I even got the car. Like, I was that confident I was gonna get it. So it ended up turning out, I ended up going out there and getting two instead of one. I ended up getting one, and I blew the transmission on it. It was like $30,000. I said, fuck it, let the shop keep it, and I went and dropped 50 on another one. Newer one. Doper one. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, like, that was my trophy. It's tatted on me. You know what I'm saying? You know, just on some, you know, it's just that I had a lot of cars. You feel me? I done had Range Rovers, I done had Benzes, I done had Beamers, I done had, you know what I mean? Like, so many different cars. So it's not like that was my only dope car. But it just was like, that was my first real trophy. And it's just something that's a part, it's tatted on me. And so when I was in Sac County, Like you Kayda, Fendi Boys, and all of this shit, right? That's what people that know me from the music, look at it, look at me as, you know what I'm saying? Now, if you ask motherfuckers in the street, it's a whole different. So they gonna tell you, niggas that know me know, niggas from my city, niggas from Frisco, niggas from Richmond, know that like, I done been in the streets with niggas. Niggas know I've been in the streets a lot more than the vocal booth. All of the shit that I've done with that has been off the strength of Cash and other people that kind of like co-sign me, so it's like I wanted to get away from that, man. Like my whole shit is moving forward, right. So that's why I was saying earlier, like the glorifying, like all that shit. I ain't gonna lie, I went through that when I was younger. We used to think it was cool to, oh nigga, I'm sick. That was at Frisco. We used to say I'm sick, like you wanted to be sick. Your dad or your uncle be like, watch this little nigga gonna be sick. So we was programmed like that. We thought that, and it's like as a grown ass man, when I'm rolling through some of these hoods that been gentrified, like West Point and shit, you know what I'm saying? And I'm remembering niggas that I know that died behind that beef, and they died behind these blocks, and they ain't there no more. Them or the blocks, So it's a different mindset now. So it's like my music is different because I'm not glorifying the shit no more. And around the time of this, like Cash was such a fly nigga. So everybody remember my cousin. He was a fly ass nigga. He had a lot of influence on me and Peanut. Like we came around him and we just wanted to just be fly as fuck. Like we was already cool. We had our little gear game together and shit. I had Averex jackets and shit like that when I came around. But this nigga was like, he was different. He was like a New York type nigga or something. He was just, it was like, it made us really focus on the fly shit. So if you listen to like a lot of Fendi Boy, we talking all this fly shit, designer and all of that, and there wasn't no substance in that.
When we lost Cash, just to go back and because we're speaking on it real quick, when we lost, because where was you at when we lost Cash?
Shit, man, truth be told, what's so fucked up is I was on bail, like I said a little earlier. I was at my house around the corner that I told you, clearing it out because I was having some tenants move up in there because I was on bail, you know what I mean? And I was going through this shit. I didn't know if I was sit down. They was talking all these years and shit. And then I got a call, man. Like, I'll never forget that motherfucking call, man. I got a call and the motherfucker told me, and they told me where it happened. And, it was right around the corner from where I'm at. I told you where I was off Sacramento and Wilson. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I'm with my mama at the time. Mm-hmm. And I rode with her in her car. I'm like, man, we gotta go around the corner. We rode around the corner. I got there and literally saw the helicopter airlifting, bro. Oh, boy. What was going through your mind when you seen that? Oh, shit, bro. Just disbelief. I didn't believe the fucking call. But I still went. And when I seen that motherfucking that chopper, it was like, fuck no, then I get calling niggas and then I went to the hospital, preparing me up there. It was a dark fucking day, bro. Yeah. When I got that call, where was you at when Drake? Well, let me just check my camera. Oh man, that's deep right there. God damn. It was a dark day on that Cash, man. And rest in peace and my condolences to the family and everything. Where was you at when Dre died? Where was you at when Mac Dre died? I'm trying to think. Did you ever get the chance to meet Dre? Nah, man, I didn't, bro. And I wish I did. Yeah. I really wish I did because I appreciate all the doors, that he opened up for me, for Cash, so many people in the Bay Area, you know what I mean? Like, that movement was something special, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always had those memories in my, we was like a big family, you know what I mean? It was all in the spirit of Dre, you know what I'm saying? Even if you never met him, you know what I'm saying? Like, you had motherfuckers that loved it. It was just, it was so strong that it almost was able to do the impossible in a place like the Bay where, it's so much funk and so much hatred and shit that Dre was such a strong figure that, for a minute, he was able to quell the street problems and shit like that, because motherfuckers came together from everywhere, you know? And it's just like a powder keg, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, after a while, all of these motherfuckers in the same place, and it's like, you know, Dre, nothing can stop that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just bound to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But before all of that, though, like I said, though, got a lot of love for Dre.
Okay, we back. So you say, let me get that. So you say, talk about how you said Cash was cremated and everything.
Yeah, so you know,
you never got a chance to see him.
The family, we had a memorial for him. Like, he was cremated. We had a memorial for him. We had like obituaries. I still got mine. You know what I mean? So it was like, it wasn't real, you know? It was like, you know, last time I seen him was in the Crest, matter of fact, on Simonton Street. And he was sitting on the bench. He was on a pill. And he was just like bending over like this. And I looked down on him and I was like, boy, that pill whooping your ass. He just looked up at me like this, like, that's the last real memory, you know, that I got of him. You know what I'm saying? That's the last time that I saw him. We spoke, you know, like a couple days before that shit, or maybe a day. But as far as seeing him, so to remember that memory in my mind and then never see him again, not in a casket or nothing.
Yeah.
Like anybody else that I know, my uncle, all my partners, you know, seeing them is, you know, stiff in there, it's kind of like, oh yeah, it's over. It's kind of like that confirmation, that closure, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I never had that. You know, we never had that.
No,
so it kind of fucked it up. You know, we all been fucked up from that shit. We ain't never been right, but the whole family shit. Me, his brothers, cousins, you know, mama, everybody, you know.
Yeah.
But on another note, that's another thing with me. Like, I gotta do this shit for Brody because he believed in me way too much. I didn't even think I was that dope. For him to want me to come down to LA on the deal he had with Interscope, he believed in me more than I believed in myself. You know what I'm saying? And at the time when all of that happened, instead of keeping him lit, like, you know, I respect what y'all did, you know, for Dre. You know, like, keeping him lit with the music. Like, I didn't do that. We didn't do that, like, collectively. You know what I'm saying? That's what bro would have wanted. Because that's all he wanted to do was the music. That's all Cash wanted to do, man. He just wanted to do music, bro. He was meant for this shit. So, you know, it's like, nigga I feel like I did a disservice, you know, on some selfish shit all these years and shit. So it's like on some grown man shit, like.
Oh, you carry that burden, kind of.
Yeah, like my brother. It's another reason why I do this shit. I don't just do this shit for me either. Like,
damn,
I'm here.
I didn't know it. I didn't know you. This is real deep. You carry a burden for this shit.
Yeah,
very passionate about this shit. I can see it.
For real, bro.
Damn, Cuddy. They almost made me drop a tear. God damn it.
Yeah, shit, I'm right there too, trying to keep it together on camera, bro. But,
wow.
But you know, like, so to me, it's like, you know, everything that I'm doing is purpose. It's purposeful, you know. I found my purpose with this recovery home, Redemption Road Recovery, Triple R. You know, I got purpose in that. I'm helping people. You know, the 12th step in Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous is give back to other addicts and alcoholics. So now I'm able to do that and make a career out of it. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm able to vent through this microphone and maybe and maybe make a career out of that. The whole thing is that's not even why I'm doing it.
That's good. That's good.
So it's like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Right now, you know, my numbers ain't all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I'm still working on my Spotify shit. I had some.
You got everything is set up though, right?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I've had some marketing done on my like Google ads and all of that shit. So my numbers on my views is up, but it's not really like people that's engaged. They just seen my shit.
Yeah, I've
been seeing in different countries all this shit, but it's like, damn, I gotta keep working to make these motherfuckers engage.
You
You see what I'm saying? But to even have started it, to even get on my phone sometimes and look at my shit and say this many plays,
making
and
a
this many plays in Japan,
effort.
and this many. Okay,
That's where
well, check it out. Like for a nigga that have been a deadbeat rapper my whole life and never gave a fuck about this shit, and now I'm doing all of this shit on my own money, my own time, and I'm committed to this shit, and I know how talented I am. I'm happy about this start.
Right.
I dropped my first. I got out of jail in November 2022. I dropped November 2022. I dropped I believe in January 2023. The song got dropped. I opened up the song with me looking at the laptop, and there was a picture of me and Cash on it. This is my first video. It was green screen and everything. It's got me in a condo and shit. I could walk down the stairs. I look at the laptop. I'm looking at me and Cash. I hit the blunt, and then I got sucked into the laptop, into a Monopoly game.
In the video.
So I'm in a Monopoly game in the video. While I'm in the video, I start off on Go. I'm doing my thing, walking around the Monopoly board. Then I go to jail. It showed my mugshot. I go to jail, and it switched to a jail scene where I got my prisoner outfit on and everything. And it showed me buy a house, right? See, this is the deep shit. I'm gonna tell you how my mind works. The symbolism and shit, what I used in here. So boom, I go to jail. Then I get out in the Monopoly shit. It showed me buy another house. And it showed the jail scene again. It symbolized what I told you. When I went down, and then I went to jail, then I bought another house. I'm going through all this now, right? So you see a kind of pattern in my life. So moving forward and trying to change the narrative and the trajectory and the energy. In the video, I showed me after that second time in there, at the end, from the jail, I crawl out of the game, out of the laptop, back in the condo, and on a part of the song when it say, you ever felt like you couldn't win, you tried and you failed, man, no matter what you did, found just enough strength to get back up again and climbed out that box that the world put you in. Right when I say climb out that box is when I climb out the laptop and the shit. Symbolizing, hey, I'm done with that shit. I'm done with the carelessness. I'm done with the
past is over.
I'm done with all that shit.
Leave it in the past.
I'm moving forward. You know what I'm saying? That's why the last song on this RMIB, Richest Man in Babylon, the last song was called No One. I said, I ain't looking back now. I'm just moving forward. They tried to slow me down. I told them I can't stop for no one. I always been to somebody. Ain't never been to no one. The boss told me I'm a boss. I said it take one to know one.
That's a bar right there.
Now, but you hear what I'm saying though, from everything I told you. Like it's all, this shit means something to me.
It's meaning behind it.
So regardless the reaction, if motherfuckers fucking with it, I ain't fucking with it.
Well, there's some substance behind what you're saying.
And I get that. You can't lose with that.
Is that influence coming from Johnny Cash and some of that Mac Dre and all of the stuff? Is that some of that influence in there as well? Like some of their music, like you said,
So I'm heavily influenced, you know. I was heavily influenced by Cash, you know. I was like his protege. At one time, I remember we was at Mike's over there on Florida. What's that? Florida over there, Mike's Tire Shop.
Yeah, Florida Street.
Mike, right? We over there, and I'm playing a song I did, and it's Cash, Kilo. I think Jeezy might have been. It was Cash, Kilo, and somebody. And then the song, like I played, I forgot what song it was, but Cash was like, that little nigga dope, but that little nigga kind of sound like me. Yeah. That's what he told Kilo. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, for a while, I kind of felt like that too. Like I'm not saying I was intentionally trying to sound like him, but it was like, you know, it was kind of like, you remember the Mob Figures. When Hustler and Ryder kind of had that same kind of sound for it, they sounded similar for a little bit. Like they, you know what I mean? They had that like, I don't know.
That same deliverance, same deliverance.
Yeah, kind of, you know what I mean? And
cadence for
that, and to me that's because the niggas was around each other so much. They thought alike, and they that's just how it be when you crew. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not that I I could say try to sound like bros that we thought alike to this day. Like I know what that nigga would be thinking if he was here right now, right there. You know what I mean? Like his brother, like we all move the same. We kind of got this. We talk the same. Like if I was to let them niggas sit up in here how I'm talking, you'd be like, oh, these niggas sound the same.
Long-winded.
Yeah.
Long-winded. Let me check my camera real quick. I always got to do my checking because I ain't got no damn cameraman in my studio. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is real deep, and man, emotional than a motherfucker. As soon as you got to talking about cash, man.
But you know what?
Golly.
After the influences, though, I really feel like now, after all of the influence, all the influences, like I'm creating something right now.
You're influential now.
Yeah, like I don't know, like what. I just know that I'm creating something different, and that everything that I've been through, my story is different. Good, bad, or indifferent is different. What I just told you, what I'm doing right now, this recovery, and when you see what I really got going on with it, I'm working on a reality show with it too. Right.
To go back and to go into you having an alcohol problem,
Yeah.
not knowing you had the problem to begin with,
Right.
and to go into recovery, and then to come out of recovery and to want to help the same people that you once was, is I commend you, dude. Like to be able to talk about it, to be able to express how you was manipulated by the substance, because it manipulated your brain.
Yeah, definitely.
It tricked you.
Definitely.
You know, it had you thinking, you know, this is it.
Right.
And you walk out of that, like you said, you climbed out of that. You climbed out of the laptop, and once you climb out the laptop, you're leaving all that behind.
Right.
I respect that, and it's just so much. This hour that we're doing here is definitely not enough for you. I can tell the pain, the passion, and the love you have for not only cash, not only for the music, but to make a difference in this world.
That part.
I feel from doing this interview with you, we high and low, you know, we celebrate, we think, and then we talk about cash without even having to go into full detail of his timely demise and or Dre, and we both got a little, you know, emotional right there, and that right there to me, it lets me know just how much both them two influenced you, and yeah, no, you didn't meet Dre, but you was around the origin, the essence of him, if you will. You was around us, and so you fit right in. You fit right in. Fendi Boys. Wow, I didn't know all of that. A lot of this stuff I'm gonna play back and I'm gonna watch again. To hear you talk about how your dad set you down. And we didn't go all the way into it, but you scratched the surface. And to set you down, and not to glorify it. We're not glorifying none of that. It's just, it's amazing how you, at a young age, you had to. I'm gonna say like Bruce Lee, bro. You ever seen Last Ride? You had to glow.
Yeah.
You had to glow at a young age, and now you using that to make a difference. You're not using it to just be willy-nilly wild and out and all of that. You went through you went through your downs.
Exactly.
You had to go through your darkness to get to your light.
So to piggyback off what you're saying, that's why I even came into the interview the way I did, because I mean it's crazy to be coming out this late in life. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
It's different because you know I'm not in the same space as when I was younger.
Yeah.
And it's like I can't come like that because I'm authentic. I can't even do that.
Mm-hmm.
So how can I do this to where it still be relevant? Because I'm talking about relevant shit, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm still on my fly shit. So let's not get that. I got fun records. I got club shit.
Mm-hmm.
I got all that because life is not just serious all the time,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's like I kind of compare my shit like. Not comparing myself to Pac, but the diversity.
But I like the darkness of it. I don't want you to just highlight, oh, I got money.
Yeah, no,
I got this.
no.
I want you to go inside and
Balance,
say,
balance.
you know, I want
Yeah.
you to give it to my audience and
Yeah.
say, man, it was a struggle
Yeah.
getting out of that, and I
Yeah.
got out of it,
Yeah.
and now I want to help that struggle.
Definitely,
You know, because
definitely.
that struggle helped me.
But I want to show too that it's like, so when I talk about this recovery now, this whole time, now I told you when I was fucked up and I was on bail, and I flew out to Vegas, and I got fucked up after taking that asshole from the police. This time out of recovery, I flew out to Vegas that weekend. I shot 2 videos. That whole weekend, I shot half the video in my hood. I shot another part at Sac Airport going to Vegas. I shot the last part of the video in Vegas, so it's a 3-segment video.
Okay.
I'm getting off the plane, hopping in the Maybach, you know what I'm saying, doing my shit.
I'm gonna check that out.
I'm going to all of the places in Vegas that I used to go on interviews. It's all authentic in there.
And that's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
What's the name of the video?
It's called Percy.
Percy.
Yeah, so I'm while I'm doing that whole weekend, the same place that I told you my counselors were scared for me to go out there that I was working with in there. They like, that's like,
Sin City.
Yeah, it's high percentage relapse. But I knew where I was at and where I'm going. And
Mentally
like I said,
in your head
like I
and
said,
in
I'm
your
moving
space.
forward.
You're right.
That whole weekend, that same place I used to drink every night and shit.
Didn't even touch the alcohol when you walked in there.
Not one drink. I've been sober and clean going on 18 months.
And damn.
I got both my chips from NA and AA, sobriety.
Why you didn't bring the chips?
Shit, I got them on my phone, but
Man, you should have brought the chips. You can show them if you want, but that's dope though. How many videos have you released since this new you?
So what was dope is that I told you I released the first one I told you about. I shot another video before I went and turned myself into that place.
That's 2.
And when I turned myself in February 1st, and while I was in there, I dropped a video from in there. I had it dropped while I was in there.
That's 3.
So I'm in there, sitting around now. It's crazy, bro. I'm in a rehab, right? I'm around meth addicts. I'm around heroin addicts. I'm around crack. I mean, bro, you name it, bro.
He was around fentanyl addicts, all that.
I'm talking about, bro. I'm in a room with 8 bunk with 4 bunk beds, 8 people. And I'm talking about in this small space and in this house, there's different smells you dealing with. You did some of the people they coming off, because it's Medi-Cal. I went through Medi-Cal, you know what I'm saying? Boom, you got people coming in there that's homeless. They just want to get out the cold. I done had homeless motherfuckers up under the bed, and it was real humbling, very humbling. That because my shit was alcohol, right? But alcohol is a drug. Don't get it fucked up, right? You know what I'm saying?
But you didn't live like how you seen them living. You lived with fly shit.
I got a house out here. I'm paying mortgage right now.
That's why it's humbling.
But what it did for me though, is I recognized not so much how we was different, but how we was alike. How at the rate I was going, if I continued to do this, I would lose every fucking thing I had
and be just like them.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And and it's crazy because I got put in there during the month of Ramadan. I hadn't celebrated a Ramadan for like 3 years since I moved out here in Sac. Not once did I get on my knees and thank Allah for putting me in a position to be able to go buy this house. Because when I came to Islam, I sat everything down. Every illegal thing, every haram thing I did, I put down. I had a whole bitch that was calling me, blowing me up, and I told her I'm Muslim now. I can't do it. Wallahi, no bullshit. I'm talking about, bro, for 3 years, I was out the game. I wasn't doing nothing. I was doing legal shit.
You're not back in the game, are you?
I'm
Well, hold on. Let me. There's 5-10. I'm on my last. We're gonna wrap this up. I'm on my last segment to wrap this up. So, are you signed to an independent or a major label to do your music, to put out the new stuff, or are you just you doing it yourself? Are you putting it's all you independent?
Everything I'm doing is me, and I'm proud of it. Because to go back to what I said, so to answer your question, what is it? 5 videos I shot last year with me being in a recovery home for 3 months. One of the videos, I had my cameraman pick me up from the recovery place, take me straight to the studio. And I recorded that video that day in there. My first day out, May 2nd. So mind you, 3 months out of that 12-month year, I was in a recovery home, and I still released 5 videos that year.
You gotta get straight to work, bro.
I released 6 songs on Apple and Spotify and all that, but 5 videos. I kicked off this year, January 29th, my birthday. I dropped RMIB, Richest Man in Babylon.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you. I released the EP, Richest Man in Babylon, RMIB. with an intro and
I think I seen that on your IG.
an intro and 8 songs, right? And I dropped a video to it too. So now in the beginning of the year, I kicked off with more songs than I dropped last year with a video kicking off the year. And I'm already working on another EP right now.
Me and Gotti getting ready to watch all your videos, all your new stuff.
Man, y'all gotta fuck with me, bro.
No, we really are. And before we go, Kayda is ready to get back and get in there and get the so we need to get Kilo low. He call him low. I call him Cuz.
You know, I was doing this. Me and
we got to you feel me? We got to get him. You got to get him right, man. This is good, man. This is real good, and it's gonna impact. I think this is gonna open some eyes to folks to come be able to be a little bit more comfortable and talk about things like this. Sleep Deck also talked about substance abuse. He was on, using.
All right,
he was here too.
Now you notice we said this for you right here. You remember? So what we talked about in this interview, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just want you to hear this intro real quick.
Okay, yeah.
Kayda Bentayga taking off.
There is no nobility in poverty. I've been a rich man and I have been a poor man, and I choose rich every fucking time.
That's off of Wolf of Wall Street.
Kayda Bentayga. RIP. They want to know what that means. The richest man in Babylon, the book. That book give you tools and jewels on how to accumulate wealth. But what stuck out to me in the book is the part where it talk about charity and give it back. Cause what use is it to gain the world when you lose your soul? Like I ain't been sick way before it was Corona. Like I ain't run these streets in San Francisco where I growed up. Like my uncle ain't got killed and I ain't had to move to Oakland. Like I ain't get kicked out junior high for trying to poke something. Like I ain't graduate from the school of the hard knocks. Like I ain't bust a whole thing down like I need all mine. Like I wasn't with AP when he was kicking it with Coco. Like the Romans didn't have iced tea hot like hot cocoa. Like I ain't been pushing Rangers, Beamers, Benzes, Bentleys. Like I didn't wisen up and start investing money carefully. Like 90% of the rap game not prepared for me. Like reckless behavior, not the reason they unaware of me. Like I ain't done dumb shit, but low key really a genius. Like I don't hit Scottsdale every time I fly to Phoenix. Like I didn't hit Brooklyn first time I touched New York. Like the projects where I'm from, not similar to them ones. Like a BK bitch didn't rob me through Bed-Stuy. Like she ain't let me smash the night before I had to catch my flight. Like my city ain't gangster, like the Bay ain't gutter. Like if you thinking like that, you ain't a dumb motherfucker.
Oh yeah, you hard. All right, Tim.
I mean, I just wanted based off piggybacking off of everything we talked about. It's like it's one thing to be dope, and put words together. You know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers do that, but when you doing it in a way when I say like I wasn't with AP when he was kicking it with Coco, like the rumors didn't have iced tea hot like hot cocoa. No disrespect to iced tea, my bad. That's just I was there, brother. But
oh yeah, I see.
You know what I mean?
We get that little photo. We definitely got to get that photo. I got to get that photo out there.
What I'm saying is like like I said, this is about me, giving out my experiences and everything to the world. As an artist, just putting out, to my life, bro. I did a lot of interesting shit. It's about a lot of shit we didn't talk about. It's definitely like
we'll have a part 2.
It's definitely earworthy, listen worthy. You know what I'm saying? What I'm talking about for sure.
We'll definitely have a part 2 because your story is worth more than an hour, and we've been here longer than an hour, as a matter of fact. But man, it's dope to hear your rise. Stand focused on the objective. Now that you have a new path to walk in life, it sounded like you was just chasing a bag, and then you got hit with so many brick walls and obstacles, and life hit you with a curveball, and so it opened your eyes.
But to keep it real though, the brick wall was me.
Yeah, you was in I always say this about the 49ers. We be in our own way. We get in our own way.
That's my team too. I think maybe that's why that's my team.
We get in our own way.
You know what I mean?
We get in our own way.
Yeah.
Man, wow. 5 or 10 years from now, what do you see yourself?
Man, well, my 5-year plan is to I'm actually, all depending on how this case go. Like I said, if I got to sit down for a minute, still within that 5-year span, I want to have a recovery home. I want to have a recovery home open in San Francisco. I want to actually turn my grandparents' house, who I was talking about, into a recovery home in San Francisco, being that that's where I'm from. You know what I mean? These cases I caught out there, I'm trying to give back to that community. You know what I'm saying? That I, got in trouble in, been a problem to. Sacramento too. I'm starting off here because this is where I got my recovery at, and I eventually want to go back to Vegas and open up an actual compound and get a apartment complex and turn it into a residential recovery.
They got a lot of
community.
they got a lot of vacant. I don't know what they got now, but I lived in Vegas for a couple of years my damn self, and I lived off of.
Where you was at?
I was off of Tam Drive, right in back of the Stratosphere. They call it Meth Alley.
Yeah, I know. You go towards downtown and shit. Yeah.
They call it Meth Alley.
I know that's it.
Never mind that. I had to deal with what I had to deal with. 10 years from now, would you see yourself?
Inshallah, man. 10 years from now, man, I want to be, CEO status. Really before that, like in my next 5, that's another thing. I got some young cousins, like family, raw, dope, and I want to develop them like artist development. You don't see
artist development at all no more. At all no more.
Like I really want to step in with some real professionals. You know what I mean? As I build up my credits and my resources, and be able to build a team up to cultivate like young artists. So my label is UAE. That stands for Upper Echelon. Is one word. Artist Entertainment. And basically when I say upper echelon, it's like that next level, like, you know what I mean? I want to bring that quality back to the music, like quality control. You know what I'm saying? With a real organized machine, like how Motown had, how Cash Money had.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
Not just a bunch of niggas just fucking trying to just talking street shit all day. Like it gotta be more
substance behind it.
Yeah. So,
some type of message in it.
So that, and eventually, I'm gonna be honest, man. I want to move to a Muslim country.
Okay.
I want to move to a Muslim country, like my brother Mutai Bill, former Napoleon of the Outlaws.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to that boy. Shout out to that Aki. He out there in Riyadh, whatever you said, Saudi Arabia. That'd be inspiration every time I see it, because it's like, that's still the last part of the world where, it's a Muslim stronghold where prayers are 5 times a day. You hearing the adhan go off, people praying in the streets. Islamic law, like a lot of the countries aside from Saudi Arabia, even though they're still Muslim and it's still a lot better than out here, but because of Westerners going and investing in there and being out there, it's starting to get a little loose. So I kind of want to be somewhere where it's just like a lot of those Islamic values and have my own property and grow my own food, you know what I'm saying? Because, like my great grandma, she just made 102 last May.
That's a blessing.
Yeah, and she from the South, Texas. All of our grandparents that came from them places lived long, healthy lives. Meanwhile, we know people dying at 30-something of cancer. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of that is from not controlling our own foods. And relying on these grocery stores and these big companies, you know what I'm saying? And whatever their agenda is, I don't see myself being able to live a long, full life I want to live with doing that. So I want to get somewhere like an Islamic country, raise my kids right, you know what I'm saying? Under, in an environment where they not having to see go through none of this weird shit that's going on and being pushed on them. I'm not going to say exactly what because I don't want to offend nobody.
Well, I mean, you was already almost finna go there. I'm just glad you stopped yourself. Let's go ahead and end this and get out of here. Any shouts out to the family, loved ones, anybody before we get out of here? Any message you want to give? You gave a lot of them, but anything you want to, the final jewel you want to drop on the audience and let them know about who you are and everything that you got going on to finish this whole entire.
So drop a jewel or you said shout out to family?
You get shout out to family and drop a jewel.
Well, I gotta shout out my mom first of all.
Yeah.
Shout out to my mom. I love you to death. Turn my life around, and ain't nothing but forward from here. I'm stepping up to be the man I need to be to take care of us, take care of the whole family. And, you know, shout out to, I got so many family and friends, you know what I'm saying? I just interviewed
Well, send your love to them. Send your love.
I mean, shout out, you know, I send love to all my family and friends, but it's like, you know, we talk every day, so everybody watching this,
Yeah.
they know what's up, you know, with the ones that's locked in, you know, I don't go a day without, you know, really tapping in some way, you know what I mean, with somebody on a daily, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like I told you, I just talked to Cash Mom earlier today.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna call her. How you doing? You all right?
Yeah. And
You know
she'll see the video because I send her stuff too.
Yeah,
I send her stuff too.
definitely. You know,
I got a flyer. As a matter of fact, real quick, I got a flyer, and I want to get Mama Cash up here. She allowed me to do this because I reached out to her before I made it. I said I do remembrance. I did it for Fillmore Graham. He was the Omega Boys and Girls Club founder for the chapter in Vallejo. So I did a remembrance because he passed away. So I did a remembrance. U-T-T-H-O-A-T.
bro, like a real radio station, huh?
C-U-T. Yeah.
What you think,
It's
bro?
the Cutthroat Radio Podcast. C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T. Cutthroat Radio
Put you back on?
Podcast. Yeah, because I always, every time I check the camera, I always got to get that last segment.
Oh, I thought you wrapped it up, my man.
I did, but the thing had it always clips me out, so that's why I always check that. So anyway, yeah, that last little stretch, I just want to end this right and perfectly with my special guest.
You throwing my name when we was talking about it, because a lot of people don't understand the Bentayga part. That's that Bentley Bentayga truck. And from what I was saying earlier about the Bentley, that's why I threw the Bentayga on.
Oh, okay.
And that was when I threw that name on there. I wanted people to know I was serious about the music. That's why I put that with the Kayda.
Okay.
Everybody that know me from Thiz and know me from the streets is Kayda, and they know the nigga that ain't never been serious and all that shit we talked about. I threw the Bentayga on there so
Because
niggas
that'll
know.
make you serious.
This is my artist name.
Yeah.
This is the artist.
This
is the artist.
Got
Kayda
it.
Bentayga is the
Got
artist.
it. All right.
Serious.
All right. Got you.
He came to play.
I got you. Well, right on then, Kayda Bentayga. I mean, you know, give us an education on the name. That's dope because at first I was just calling you Kayda, and then I was wondering how did you come up with that name? So you broke that down to me, and I appreciate that.
Right. So earlier when I said about the Bentleys, them being my trophies, you know, the Bentley Bentayga.
That makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. And I appreciate you expressing that here on Cutthroat Radio Podcast. This interview right here is it's dope, man. I really like this interview. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Amazon, Spotify for podcasters. Everybody that's out there in the world, all the social media, please download, subscribe to all the social media outlets and all of the streaming platforms that are out there for my music, for my podcasting, for his music, and all the stuff that Kayda Bentayga is out there doing. Y'all can go on to Instagram and look him up. You can go on Facebook and look him up. You can go on TikTok and look him up. All his information is up there. I say Kayda the Bentayga, but I always put that "the" in there for some reason.
Kayda
and
Bentayga.
it's just Kayda Bentayga. And that's it. It's all about the Bentley.
That's it on everything.
That's it. Kayda Bentayga. That's it on all the social media outlets,
YouTube.
all the streaming platforms. Kayda Bentayga, you'll catch him on there. He got all his new stuff up there. You can go up there and subscribe to it. You can go up there and listen to the Fendi Boy stuff. But my advice to you is to go up there and listen to everything. Pay attention to all he got. Appreciate you coming in, Cuddy.
Appreciate you having me.
Dope, man. That's dope. Dope. Hey, we gotta take a photo. So I gotta
We
get
ain't
a
get
photo.
to talk about that fucking jacket shit.
What was the hardest thing to accept in recovery?
The hardest thing to accept for me was that I was powerless over my addiction with alcohol, but at the same time that alcohol wasn't what I was addicted to. I was addicted to a lifestyle, fast money, fast cars, fast women, you know what I mean? And that the pain and the trauma that I've been through just magnified that addiction and made it worse. And having to deal with that trauma and everything to get it off me and to get to a place where I can move forward and then realize it too, that it's an everyday thing. And it wasn't just that 90 days I was in there. I got to do this shit for the rest of my life. Take inventory on my own shit on the daily to stay sober.
Where's the first place you're going when you leave here?
To the yo.
Kayda Bentayga taking off. All the times I've been to jail, wrote shit, got out. I never did a first day out of jail, so shit, I figured I'd do a first day out of rehab. My engineer just came to pick me up from rehab 2 hours ago. We pulled up straight to the motherfucking yo. It's time to talk to these niggas, man. Kayda Bentayga, fighting demons.
Lawyer told me that I had to find some treatment. Family said I had a problem. I was blind, I couldn't see it, but I checked into rehab. Handing phone over to staff. Talk to counselors every day. Got tips by how not to relapse. Childhood trauma being brought up, hurting all over again. Won't dig up my uncle's killer and murk him all over again. Blackout for a week mean I can't use the phone or go to store. Exercising, working out, doing my push-ups on the floor. God body built to last. For Ramadan I had to fast. The Quran put fear of Allah in my heart, no fear of man. Pen in hand, I'm writing classics to these beats I put in caskets. While my aunt died lying in her bed, suffering from cancer. All this pressure on my shoulders, feel like boulders, like I'm Atlas. Grew my hair out, I got power in my locks. I feel like Samson watching for Delilah. I can't let a woman make me weak. Coke these lines, fuck with your mind. I'm just here to make you think. Put my time in week by week, was eating good and sleeping good. Got lessons on meditation, thinking good and breathing good. Smoking Marlboros, thinking about how much I miss my woods. Guess I still got bad nerves, I wish a motherfucker would. My misdirected aggression make me feel misunderstood. Them classes on anger management ain't working out too good. All in all, it was a win. Put down the goose, put down the hen. More aware and more determined, on point like a dolphin fin. Haters bitter cause I'm better. Tryna stress me, I won't let them. Headshots from the Glock turn they tomato into ketchup. Got a project chick that set up. She look just like Ari Fletcher. When she scheming, she be cheesing. Tryna get you for your cheddar. Speaking of that feta, $1 million deal and nothing lesser. Fuck 100 bands, I left that kind of money on a dresser. Know my worth, built my brand and then I put it on a shirt. Swap depression for these blessings, I'm no longer feeling cursed.